Hello. Welcome to the In Between, where we talk about what's in, what's out, and everything in between. I'm your host, Natasha Wobu.
And I'm Tony Ade. That's gonna piss me off every single time I do that. I wouldn't even like
You don't
to
like the interpretive dance? What's the problem? I'm illustrating.
hashtag IBT challenge. That's your version.
Period. Get it trending.
No.
So today we have two more hosts. Should we intro them or do y'all want
We need to do a big intro.
We
Should
do.
our own intro. What do
Oh.
you think?
Take control of the narrative.
He said I got it.
Go ahead. Deji.
Okay.
I think I can introduce myself. I'm above average. I'm
Mhm.
a fashion designer, creative director. I throw events as well, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
And I'm Ikenna. I go by Ike or Psych the Drug, and I'm a Renaissance fan. I do it all.
Oh, okay.
That's
Good
what
one,
it
good
was.
one, good one.
They already had it written down.
No, they were ready.
Period.
Okay.
So,
Solid intro. So what's in this week? What's in? How's y'all's week
Y'all.
been? Yeah,
It's been
what's
chill.
going
It's
on?
been chill.
Okay.
What'd you guys get into this weekend?
this past week I went to a wedding. I went to Michigan.
Oh,
And
Okay.
that was interesting because my first time in that like side of America.
Okay.
And I thought it was gonna be like, I don't know what I thought it was gonna be, but I actually really liked it. It was like very like calm. Like it felt like, like a Netflix TV show where it's like a small town.
Like
and,
what a small town would be. Like if you put it
Yeah.
into like what's
they don't have
generic-
highways.
That's so crazy.
Everyone there's like it's nice, like it's chill, easy going.
Middle America.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I thought it was gonna be way more white, but it's not. Like it's very kind of like diverse. Not
I
diverse.
feel like because
but
of Detroit music, I feel like it would
it
have
wasn't
been more
Detroit.
black. I mean, but Michigan, like even people that rap from like sometimes they're from Flint or something.
Ooh,
So I would think it'd
forgot
be
that was the
really
same.
black. Yeah.
Mm.
But we're such a tiny population. It feels bigger, but we are a small
I
population.
don't know. You're actually right. That's the same place.
Yeah,
I never even
Middle
like connected
America.
that.
Whose wedding were you
Interesting.
at?
It was like a cousin, but like one of those cousins you haven't met before, but like
Oh,
they're your
yeah.
cousin. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like my cousins. The cousin that I know is her sister's son type thing.
Right.
So it was a nice little wedding. It was cute. I like Michigan. That was my weekend. How was y'all's?
Okay.
My weekend was chill. I spent it indoors. I just dropped on my website, so I've just been fulfilling orders and planning for the summer.
Business shit, creative shit, period. Okay. As for me, honestly, I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's 25. Like, I don't know what it is. But like now after like a really social weekend, I feel like I need one to just like chill and like relax and work on personal
love
stuff.
it.
Literally. Because last weekend was DC. Shouts out to Karen.
Period.
Our friend graduated Big
RKFJD.
JD. Okay. And house lawyer. Per.
Period.
So yeah, it was just DC is fun. DC is actually
and
so
see,
fun.
I'm loving exploring America.
Yeah.
Because I've had the best time I think in DC every time I go to DC.
Yeah, of all other like domestic, because we live in Houston, it's hard to top that. Like, let's be
Period.
real. So,
Houston is low-key trash.
Yeah.
Whoa,
kinda
whoa,
like-
I'm sorry, where?
I'm from
Whoa,
Chicago,
you need to
so I
leave.
Yeah, I'm from
Immediately.
Like, but you're in Houston, Mr. Chicago.
Like-
how's Chicago?
Chicago. I mean, one thing I love about Chicago, I
Mhm.
have to say, is like you can find. I say this all the time. You can find your people. Like
Mm.
no matter what it is you're
Okay.
into, like fashion or making
Mhm.
music, you're gonna find your people like very easily.
I feel like that's true for Houston, if not more so.
Yeah.
Though.
More so.
Yes.
Number one, everything closes early out here.
Because
Yeah,
the
that's one
pandemic,
thing that-
pre-pandemic,
yeah.
it wasn't that early though.
Yeah, true.
So
What was
That's
it before
tea.
the pandemic?
It was like
And I feel like
but
when
there
you
were
took
after hours
everything-
and everything, but like most clubs close at like 2 a.m.
But
But
even,
does it
no,
really
no,
be
even
too?
besides that,
It's usually
food
close to
spots, like I
3.
feel like just in general, things is closed earlier now. So I feel like that's not a
Yeah.
fair assessment.
Well, okay.
Post
You're
pandemic
gonna have to
bias.
fight harder for Chicago.
Pandemic
She's like ready to
bias.
go.
Yeah.
Houston. I love it though.
Yeah,
I
come
love that.
correct.
Mind you, I'm from Dallas. Stop. I love Houston though. I wouldn't even lie, but like
It's
Texas.
just hard
I
not
just
to
love
love
Texas.
it.
Honestly, I feel like it's nice here. You can find anything you want.
Have
You really
any of
can.
guys visited Chicago?
Honestly, no. Isn't that that's another Midwestern? Aren't y'all close to Detroit?
Yeah, yeah. Chicago's
Okay.
Not too far.
So do you think the culture in the Midwest, how does that compare to the culture down
South,
here?
yeah.
How are the people up there and down here?
So like like that whole Southern hospitality,
Yes.
like
It's real.
it's real.
It's 100%
to an
real.
extent,
Okay,
100%. I feel like
Expand.
Southern hospitality goes as far, at least for me out here. My
Mhm.
experiences has been like strangers are randomly nice to you, and that's about it. It's not like
Mm.
real in depth. Like, hey, I'm like riding for you, we're about to, like people
mean-
really like looking out for you. I don't feel that energy.
I've heard someone from New York say the same thing.
But what do they?
Yeah,
What
but
do
what-
we? What do we
It would
define
differ
as
slowly.
Southern hospitality though? Because I feel like people up there are rude.
They are, but I
Right.
think that's like more
not
small
in,
talk.
like New York. You're saying I've heard New Yorkers say that.
Yeah.
Like it's not like real, but
So
like
do you think it's
what
reversed
do
for y'all? Like you're more like brusque in like meeting somebody, but then you
but you are
guys
deeper
are
in connection.
100%.
Okay.
That's actually a really good way of putting it. I couldn't put
Okay.
it better. Like, it's definitely like harder to get acclimated with people or like break the ice.
But once you do
initially.
your like,
But once you do, you're locked in for life.
And I think I can see that because even being from Dallas coming into Houston's a bigger city. So like whenever I got around Houston, people, it's kind of weird because in Dallas, it's people that I grew up with, but we never spoke. Like it's just like, but you have deep friendships or whatever. But like
Right.
Houston's way more it's mixy for the sake of
it is.
So it's like you have to kind of get used to it. So I kind of see
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah.
I've also heard Houston is cliquey. Do y'all agree with that? Do y'all
Fact,
think
I
Houston's
do.
cliquey?
I think all of them kind of rub against each other in a way.
Yeah.
Like no one's that like
I don't
everyone
think-
is like
I don't know
3
if I
people away
agree
from
with that.
you.
Yeah, I don't know
Me-
if I agree with cliquey, but I've heard it a lot, and I wonder why people think that is. Do you think it's because it's a big city?
I don't know if it's clicky though, but maybe because we've been our own bubble, so then it's clicky.
Yeah.
See,
Me from Nigeria, like it's usually like you have your own bubble or your community of friends, and you don't really fuck with anyone outside of that. Like it's no new friends. So coming out here was like I was just on my own, and then when my friends came out here, I just stuck with my group of friends, and we'll go out. Any other person apart from my friend group is pretty much just a hi and bye, see you outside type stuff.
Interesting.
I
Like,
feel like that's how it
That's
is now
not-
yeah, it's
though.
not really like maybe if you play sports together or like we see each other a bit more frequently, then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I seen you around a lot of
I
times.
think that's natural
Yeah.
though. I think that's pretty
'cause that's
natural.
how I think
Because that's how we met and we became cool. Like, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
But see the circles.
Oh, good
okay,
question.
undergrad.
That is a good
Sorry to
question.
interrupt.
Yeah.
Wait, so
No,
us,
no,
us
no,
like,
no.
how do we meet Deji or
Oh no, how
No,
did
no,
how
you
did
get
you?
it?
Oh,
We met
okay.
in undergrad through
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At UTSA.
Yeah. So I
Go
think our
Runners?
junior year. Or
No, I think it was sophomore year.
Nah, because when I first met Natasha, we weren't friends. We just knew each other. So high key,
Yeah.
they're right. We knew each other, but we didn't like. She was my roommate's friend
But that's
For a
for
natural
a while,
though,
and then
like,
over time.
yeah, friendships build. Friendships, you know.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's what I was talking about earlier. How you guys met. I did not think you guys met a year ago. Y'all give. Brother.
Yeah,
Y'all give.
So okay, that being said about the different cultures, how do you think that you then became friends with you? Do you think Deji's like
know.
a typical?
Perfect.
We
Southern-
have this
explanation.
like we've explained this on another episode.
Yeah, on the-
how we met.
Okay, let's get into
And you
it.
know that actually
Give us
goes
the
into our
spark notes.
IBT though. Destiny
Okay.
versus fate versus do
Okay.
people just
Yeah, it's a really
are
good-
people
that's
just
a-
friends because
Yeah.
they're meant to be friends
Or was it
like they're the life-
predestined?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
was
let
it
me just the
predestined?
IBT then since we're gonna get into the IBT.
Let's get into it.
And then
All
we'll get
right,
into
y'all.
the
All right, y'all. I was actually gonna use a different scenario. Should I still give like the that in?
We could go into
Yeah,
it.
however.
So, and it's related to culture as well. So the Tiwa Savage coronation topic that happened, I think a week or two ago. I mean, she performed and people were mad, but there was like opposing viewpoints, and I saw some really good takes on either side. I saw people say that as creatives, people say that they should be paid their worth, but when things like this happen, they don't like revere it as like a business. You know what I'm saying? Because that is her job. And people were saying like, it's a disgrace, because of obvious reasons. And
Can
I
you
don't know.
explain exactly the situation?
The situation is Tiwa Savage is a Nigerian artist. She went to go wear emerald green gown to go sing in front of the king.
Most especially the song that she
And she
performed.
sang a song off of Black Panther, Keeps the
Yeah.
Kingdom, which is really ironic.
Like,
And people were not happy about it. But a lot of people supported her. I feel like it was
Because
like
they said that it was
pretty,
like going against like performing
Because
for a people that
colonized you.
is going against the Nigerian like they're like, okay, the ethics of this are questioned, especially
Yeah.
now, like Brexit, like we know the UK's history and low key
Yeah.
future. So yeah.
And even with tensions with like Meghan and Harry.
Right.
I know that's like
Exactly.
bigger. They care more over there than we really.
And you
are.
saw
I don't know
So,
about-
but it's a thing.
the reaction as well when the queen died. Like,
People were cheering.
yeah, people
Yeah.
were cheering.
You know what I'm saying? So because of all this, people are thinking like there's some people that think like it's so disgraceful for her to go there, but some
It's,
people
like,
like she has to feed her child. So what do you guys think about that?
I will get into how I feel about it, but I have a question. So would y'all equate that to, do you remember that black artist, I forgot her name because she got canceled after this. She performed at President Trump's inauguration in like an American flag dress. Do y'all think it's the same thing? Because people were more outraged
Wow,
then,
you
and
don't like
nobody
this
was really for
assimilation?
it.
It's
Nobody
all
was
the
for
same
it.
thing.
yeah, I think it's
It
the same
is,
thing,
but I
actually.
think that there are
But
more
it's a
people
different-
for Tiwa doing it than there were people for that lady doing it.
And
at the
I don't
time.
think Tiwa is the biggest female African stars. The only people coming up now is like Ira and all these like attempts. But before them, it was like mostly just her. Like Yemi Alade made like a song and then she went like,
and then
Simi, global Africa. Yeah. So like I feel like because of the because you can't even name the person who, if Beyonce did it, that would be like the equivalent.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
The status affects the
because remember we talked about cancel culture. Who you are, she don't have enough clout to not be canceled.
That's true. You don't have
to. has enough clout to, y'all have to be mad about it, and that's just it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it just is what it is. I feel like.
Okay, I can see that.
What do y'all think?
I definitely think it's a bit sketchy because I just think like Nigerian artists, because of how Afrobeat is coming to the world, there's not enough discernment in the
allowing access.
They take, like, it's just like, I'm about to get to this global audience. I don't mind. I'm just
because after Selena collabed with Rema, why would she be the cover of Afrobeat on Spotify? Like, come on.
They play on numbers. It's just to get like.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
Honestly, arguably, every song that's like, other than Chris Brown features, is like, because he's the only one that actually does it.
He's actually like, he ate up all his Afrobeat.
He eats.
And I'm open to more. Yeah. That's actually crazy.
So you guys are anti?
No,
like
I'm not fully anti. I'm for it, but I'm also like.
You see the.
Yeah, I see the. You know how people are like. It's almost inevitable.
If it was you.
Like me.
They want you to design his fit.
Who's it?
The king.
No way.
Big opportunity.
Okay, I might.
You're gonna. Are you crazy? What's might? You'll actually do it. You'll sign that.
No, it's also about like my style and like how.
Okay, let's say it's the perfect fit. He wants you.
Don't
That's it.
Don't try to walk around it. He wants you. He said, "I want to be above average. I want to be above average."
Give me the special, double A special. What are you gonna do?
Come on, and look at the platform I gave to you. That's really like.
Yeah, but like my own will be different because I'm not gonna like.
No, everyone else is you though. Don't try to.
No, but my design is not going to be a Black history design. I'm gonna now put on.
Oh, so you think the content of the song?
Exactly.
You feel like it's a different song. I can see that. I can see that. Because they're gonna give King Charles Black Lives Matter cape. Like, yeah, I can see that.
No, the irony of wearing the emerald green and seeing Kings the Kingdom, like that is so like. Girl, of every song.
What are some of the lyrics of that song? Like, I'm not familiar with the song.
What is it?
Is this a really like fist up? Like,
it was on Black Panther. Beyonce.
That album, I did not stream that album. No shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very Wakanda album. You're singing Wakanda song for the king.
It's actually okay.
Like, it's almost like...
Keep it.
Okay, well, some of her supporters were saying that they're pulling up old videos of her on, I don't know, I think it was American Idol X Factor, and when she lived in like England, and they were saying like it was destiny, it's fate, like, you know, like this is what she was meant to do. This is a full circle moment. She manifested this. And that brings me to our IBT, talking about destiny, fate, luck, free will. What do we think? Because like different texts and different like, you know, beliefs in life will say like, you know, you have free will, but it also says your life is predestined. Religions will say like before you were born, I knew you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's things that, and then even like, we believe in things like astrology, things like these kind of like put you on a path. You know, people go see psychics. They look at their life number. People chase their purpose all life, like what I'm supposed to do.
So what do you guys think? Which force do you think is the most powerful? Yeah. Is it your free will that gets you where you are? Does everything happen for a reason? Or were things just always, it was just written in the stars. This was going to happen at this moment because this. And I had no control. What do you think?
I'm kind of, it's an interesting topic to me because I think about it a lot, but I think I'm in between on it. I kind of
in between.
That's why I can't. No pun intended. But I think free will is sort of an illusion.
Okay.
Word.
Because you have free will to pick, like, you know, what path you want to go on, but like this path has like already
consequences.
Yeah, consequences. So like, how much of free will is it if you're like, there's already like
preset choices.
Yeah, preset choices. So like, if you pick this one, this is what's gonna happen. If you pick this one, this is what's gonna happen.
Okay.
So you have the free will to decide what.
So do you think we have like multiple destinies?
Choose your own adventure.
Multiverse of IBT.
Yeah,
because it's that's why I say it's sketchy because I've not been able to like, you know, pinpoint it every time I think about it.
I love this topic. It makes me think of physics and metaphysics. Yeah. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So I totally believe that's
why,
fact.
like, you know, those movies. I have a question. Would you guys, if someone came to you right now, they came right now in the middle of this podcast and said, boom. Okay, it's actually me. I'm here right now. I'll give you one wish. You can go back in time and change something. Would you guys like take that from me, that offer?
Yes.
Knowing that it could change everything.
Yes.
Yeah, I would definitely take it.
Yeah. But there's only
all of y'all would say yes?
I would say yes.
I would say yes. What would you say?
Do you think that it would drastically change your reality today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Oh, you guys know what you guys would change.
And I'm actually comfortable saying it on camera.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, what would you change?
I would honestly just do everything I'm doing now earlier. Like, that's literally it. Just start
I
earlier.
don't know, though. I feel like
Yeah.
in the universe that I did it earlier, I might have been ready. Because I thought about this today. Like, even thinking about
But you don't feel like you rise to meet the occasion?
Think about us. But think about everything that led us to even doing this podcast that we talked about. Even us being on Clubhouse hosting funny ass rooms.
No, hilarious rooms. If you know, you know.
Silly rooms. Us like, you know, having little like game nights at my house. Everyone's like, oh, do Q&A, guys. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if we have done it then it'd be premature. So I don't know. I feel like sometimes things happen the way, and so maybe I believe in destiny. Because
ultimately,
destiny has to cross with time. But time is an illusion, though.
Time is an illusion. Like, and that's why I don't think, like, don't get me wrong. Exactly.
I'm like trying
it's like a ping pong tennis match conversation. But honestly, I do agree with that. But you know what even makes me feel this way strongly? Like, I just feel like even earlier we were talking about like how we met, how we started doing this and stuff. I feel like a timing thing, like during the pandemic, that thought actually did pop up. Just like, I feel like once you have a thought to do it, because sometimes you think about something, I feel like
but
that
you think things lead up to it, like
things lead up to it, but also we can stall. You know, we can drag our feet. We can drag our feet.
Let's say we started a podcast way early in our friendship. We might not have the same rapport. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand each other, to work together, to, I don't know. I feel like.
But not even just I feel like in general, once you have the idea, we talk about this all the time. Ideas choose people for a reason, and they choose other people. I feel like once you have the idea, God is telling you you're ready.
But when you choose it to have it at early time, I feel like you're messing up the.
But would it be early if you chose it at that time? No, that would just be the time you did it.
But the you in that time isn't the you that should choose that. I feel like.
I don't know. I don't feel like it's fair to say that.
I don't know. That's how I feel. I feel like things happen. Destiny is like an order to life. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's, because look at it. Because, you know, as we get older, we see that there's not one way to live your life. You know what I'm saying? There's people, we're trying to see there's different paths, you know? So I feel like the order you live your life, like he said, is kind of choose your own adventure. If you, by example, have a child at a certain age, earlier or later in life, people who have a child in their 40s versus people who have a child in their teens, it's a different order.
But you know we know
that's
But
I'm just saying, and you know, like
in general,
still everything has an opposite equal reaction. I feel like the time you do something affects your destiny.
Yeah,
100%.
Well, of course, I think we could all agree on that.
But because you're saying you do things earlier, you don't think that?
No, I said I would wish to do certain things now when I had the idea. Because you can stall, you can drag your feet. That's just how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't disagree with that point.
What about people like? Would you say that like somebody in a state of like? Say somebody's like poor, right? And they're saying this is my destiny. Like I was destined to die or be born poor and die poor. Do you think that?
No, that's the thing. I don't believe that is true. I don't believe you're destined to be like let's say a serial killer. You're destined to be a serial killer. I think there are a bunch of decisions and that led to your situation that were in your hand and probably not like in your own control as well. So like, I don't really think you're destined to be. That's where I'm kind of iffy about it. I believe like everyone has their own destiny and everything, but there are lots of like nuances and stuff that people don't take into account. Yeah. Like it's not just black or white.
Dispositions to like behave in certain ways, make certain decisions, but like then life kind of has a way of like
enhancing that.
Yeah.
Because I totally agree with that. And I feel like for me, my ultimate answer would be free will is more powerful. And I feel like it's almost like unentwinable. Like you can't separate the two. But if I had to pick one, free will is just a little bit above predestinations. Because like even in school, when I was in nursing school, we learned about internal and external factors. Yes, there are things you're born into that you can't control. But I think that the choices you make outweigh your given cards. Like you can create a whole new deck. Like,
I definitely agree.
That
even the way you choose to live your day-to-day life,
exactly,
like, it really does affect like the overall, like all these small things do make the overall picture. And I think even like things like when you believe something, I think like mindset, not to be all like crystal ball.
It's a crystal ball episode.
It is. When you like think something, like you think something so negative of yourself and you speak that and it makes you act that and you live that, that's what you are. So that is, you're choosing that destiny. So I do believe like free will always triumph what you can. Because I really do feel like let's get it even more crystal ball or even
Let's
cross.
get into it,
let's look at the cross.
please.
I feel like you can. I lost my train of thought. What did I say?
We'll edit it. But you were talking about
What did I say?
to get even deeper. And you were going to talk about religion.
Okay,
Yeah.
to go even deeper, I feel like you can even like miss your blessing because of like, you know, you can miss your blessing. It's like you can fall into trouble or you can get lucky.
Yeah.
I do believe in luck too. I feel like
Absolutely.
because I feel like people think all of these things I feel like are related. It's not like they all work in the
Intertwined,
ecosystem.
yeah.
You can't,
You know what
exactly,
I'm saying?
you can't really separate
So-
it, honestly. It's all working at the same
Yeah.
time. For my good,
And I think
according to Jeremiah.
Amen.
Period.
But yeah, I think free will is the
The
and I think that's why
ultimate-
we cling on to religion, community. We cling on to hope. We
Life is
pursue
choices.
something.
Life
Yeah.
is choices. You're
Yeah.
choosing
Because
who
you
to
kind of
keep
need
in
something to
life.
push you.
You're choosing what to revere, what's important to you. You're choosing your ethics and principles. You can switch up any moment, but you choose not to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely believe in that. Absolutely. And that's why I kind of said what I said earlier, because like to become the person you want to be, you just have to live like that person.
Yeah.
So I wish I was living like that person earlier.
I actually get
You know
what
what
you're
I
saying.
mean?
Okay, I get what you're saying in living like that person, but I guess I thought so specifically like choose that choice.
But it's a
I
choice.
feel like I don't know.
It's a choice.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
To lean
choosing that
into who
choice
you
is
want to
being
be.
that person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every single day you're
Okay.
working towards
That's
what you
fair,
want
that's
to
fair,
do.
that's
I wish
fair.
I'd started doing that earlier. But I
I
mean,
don't know.
things. Okay, so do y'all think everything happens for a reason? That being
No,
said,
some things don't need to happen.
some things don't need to
Okay,
happen.
go ahead. I want to hear this.
So Deji.
Yeah,
like,
so how we met,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah, Nopo restaurant is right next to my apartment. So I just went there to eat on a date, and then he was at the restaurant, and then he just like looked at me, and I was like, oh, what's up? And then he just like if I was Nigerian or something. I was like, yeah. And then that was
I
just,
love it.
that was the moment. Like after that, I paid, and then I think he gave me like a little discount, and he also gave me like free dessert after. I
Oh,
was
real
like,
nigga.
that was good because that
Okay.
was something that reminded me, because when I came to America here and I was taking care of my mom when she had cancer and everything at the hospital, there were other what's it called, ethnicities were people from like maybe Mexico or something that were working at the hospital, but like they would take care of Mexican
other.
people and everything, talk
Yeah.
to them, but there was no one to do that. But there was one Nigerian man that was like taking care of her, calling her mama, type stuff, you know, going the extra mile, like
Yeah,
making
yeah,
sure
yeah.
everything was good. And like that was something that stuck with me. So when he did that, I was like, gave me the free dessert because he didn't have to do that. After that, I just came in the second time and I was like, oh, I appreciate you for that. And then I just chopped it up, told him what I do, and then his eyes just lit up because it was like, he just saw like, yeah, he was like, finally I've met. So it happened that like he was actually into the stuff I was into, like hospitality, like music, fashion, and all that stuff. So like that's why it
Yeah.
goes
It seems
into
like you
the
guys have
topic.
known
So
each
it was
other
like,
for
I
a
don't know
long
if it was
time.
destiny to meet
Yeah.
him or it was just a pure of like random
I think it's
Being at the right place at
yeah,
the right
right place at the
time.
right time.
I think our job or our duty is to create, like,
Mhm.
to, you know, put stuff out. So I think free will has something to do with it, like, because we're like
You
we
chose to
talk
go to the
about
restaurant.
podcast,
Yeah, right.
we-
Chose to go to the
Yeah.
restaurant, right?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But then also maybe destiny also kind of ties into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe destiny just gives you choices.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like what we said earlier. Like, there's just different. It's a choose your own adventure. Let's see. A, B, C, or D. So, do you guys feel happy with where you are right now?
I do.
I do.
Let's go.
I do as well.
I do.
I feel like I have a lot of faith in where I'm going because the way I choose to live my life.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself going? Or what's your
Oh
destination?
wow, that's heavy.
But it's a good question.
It's a good question.
It is, but it's also really personal. Like, my face got hot. Like, when you asked, oh my gosh.
Talk about it though. Let's talk. That's what they want to hear.
Okay, I think maybe open up with where you see yourself going. Like, even said
Yeah.
but yeah.
Now you got everybody nervous.
I feel like that changes for me at least like, every day.
Interesting. So, where, okay.
Personally, I don't think I'm ever gonna be satisfied. I'm coming to that realization. I'm just that kind of person. Like I always want more.
Mm.
So where do I see myself like ending up? I'm not sure, but my short term goals as of right now are like I think building something that can sustain me outside of my 9 to 5.
Okay. I would say that's a good umbrella.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Short term, you know. Next 2 years I want to be out of the restaurant industry.
Mm. That's a good goal. And you're working towards it. So, yeah. I think that's the formula. It's work, a plan, faith, and God. And consistency.
And community.
Consistency.
Community.
A lot of
Very
things. A
key.
lot of
That's true.
things. A lot of everything. pours into it, really.
That's very
I think
true.
the older you get, the more you realize that everything does kind of like matter.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also not that deep. But it does matter.
At the same
like,
time.
I
And
don't
that's
know.
literally life. Like, that's the secret of life.
Like,
That's
it's
so
not that
real.
deep, but like,
Can you
be
explain that?
serious. Like how you live your life. Okay, like you have a goal.
Right.
To get to that goal in 2 years, you need to be serious. You know what I'm saying?
100%, yeah.
But like, the older you get, the more you realize that if you don't make it in 2 years, it's not the end of the world. Or you realize that you might get there earlier, and then something happens, you go back a little bit, and then you like,
Yeah,
life is just
linear.
life. You know
It's
what I'm
not
saying?
linear.
Nothing is. So
It's
I
not
feel like
linear.
the older you get, you realize like that's just how life is. Not that deep.
Yeah.
Everything that what goes up must come down. You know, like it's you know.
She love a proverb.
I love a proverb.
They eat them, and they're proverbs for a reason.
I'm too young about.
They're proverbs for a
Can I
reason.
ask how old you are on this? Or
I'm 25.
25. You're very grounded for your,
Oh, thank
for your
you.
age, yeah.
Wait, so how old are you?
I'm 25 as well.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, you're talking like you're like, I don't know, like old, like, you know, like,
No,
okay,
it's-
young Padawan.
Some of the points you're making, like I feel like you see things at a surface level. Like you don't try too hard to like see the extra meaning behind things. You just like kind of get to the point.
Interesting. I never thought of it that way.
How about you? What are your short-term goals, maybe?
I feel like that's really it. Like every day I'm working towards getting, I think we even talked about this a little bit earlier, getting paid to like do what you're doing free or would do for free.
Right.
That's really the dream. And
So
to make an impact.
Would you guys say that you guys would do what you're doing right now for free?
Hell yes.
Yeah. Like, okay, are you talking about 9 to 5 wise or?
Everything. Because we do it. We all
Yes,
do a
that's
lot.
what I'm saying. That's what we're doing every single day. So to get to a point where that pays out and it's sustainable and I can do that like with all my time. Yeah. So
I thought y'all made me nervous. I thought getting specific, and no one's getting specific.
because you don't have to really, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same thing as y'all though. And I feel
Exactly.
like that's why the answer was yes to the question, because it's like, you know, you'll get there if you keep on going.
Exactly. Babe.
Yeah, for me, I'm really big on like I don't like thinking about stuff too much. I kind of leave it into God's hand. So I just like do my own part of being the best version or striving to be the best version of myself. That's the whole ethos of above average. Just focusing on being the best version of yourself and not striving to be any like, certain like top one or best or anything. Like striving to be the best version of yourself will somehow like get you into the doors you need to be or wherever you want to be. So yeah, that's how I think about it.
Yeah, that's real. It really is. And I love that we can do that. Like, that's the coolest thing about life. You can actually just change, like, just do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
This is hashtag deep.
Very deep.
Damn, should we get into the outs?
We can't. How long has it been, Heike? I
I
feel
don't
like we
even
ran
know.
through that topic.
Oh shit, yeah.
But we have like
Hour.
20 minutes. Yeah,
Oh,
it's been a minute.
oh,
We
wow.
low-key, we have 20 minutes.
Oh no, we can go ahead. I was just saying, like, I was thinking out
It
loud.
did
like,
feel
I
kind
felt
of,
like
yeah.
we were just.
But then you think about it, I feel like we explored a lot of, I like this. We can cut this
Yeah.
part out later, but it was a nice like flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And there's a natural transition to the
I
next
think that's
step.
why I felt fascinating. I was like, I like this combo.
Yeah. So do you want, which one did you want to read?
We should have one of them read. Let them read the outs.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll put in the GM actually.
You know, we didn't play our game
Oh, we did it.
because we jumped right into the topic.
Sure did.
We can still play it.
Natural flow.
Okay, let me read the outs though, and then we do the game.
Okay, I'm going to send the ones I mentioned earlier to the GM.
How you guys feeling?
Feeling good.
I feel like our
A little
topic is so
more-
serious.
It's
Not
serious.
really. I mean, we
won't
kind of
lie.
like it is. It's kind of heavy. There's a lot of gravity, but we kept it light, I think.
Yeah, we kept it that. We didn't go too
Not too crazy.
crazy.
Okay, and then there's this one. 2 is a good number. Yeah, I don't think we need to.
So yeah, one of y'all read one, and one of y'all read the other one.
The other one. And we'll go from there.
Can y'all drink y'all drink, or y'all drink?
Go, I
y'all?
finished mine.
Oh, y'all.
We
Ooh,
catch up.
ooh,
Finish
ooh,
mine.
ooh.
Let's
Catch
catch
up.
up. Yeah, but like the whole thing, like to actually, yeah.
Alright, you read the first one. I'll read the second one.
The fake story.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
fine.
I had posted a fake story about a person resulting in her becoming unemployed. And it says, I guess the way I messed up a person's life is when I was 19 and I posted an article about another woman who I had been in a petty Facebook argument with on a gossip website, calling her a prostitute and saying she works on the street as a side job. Even going as far as saying that the baby she was pregnant with was a local drug dealer's and not her husband's. Uh, it's still up to till this day, and now she's forced to be a stay-at-home mom with two kids during an inflated economy because she can't find work due to my article being the first thing that comes up when you Google her name. Because
Oh my
that's horrible.
God. First of all, you're going to hell. I don't care if you were 19. Like, you're old enough to know
I
better.
want to read the conclusion. Like, does he feel bad or
Yeah, you
she
can
or
finish
he?
reading it. Like, here, want
Oh, there's more?
Yeah, there was more.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Like a
finish it.
whole-
Yeah, let's finish it.
Okay. She can't find work due to my article being the first thing that comes up when you Google her name. I know this because she messaged me later telling me that she's been denied work because of this.
She knows it was him.
I guess she knows who it is. Yeah, she's like
That's
messaging the person.
great. Well, I guess if they said it.
That makes it way worse.
Her husband has to support the two of them as well as two small children on a single income. The admins of this website won't allow it to get taken down either. What's worse is that the baby is one day going to see the article when she looks up her mom's name. I'm not proud of this, and I definitely wouldn't have done it today. It's a lesson to never post when angry. Sometimes you can't take this stuff back.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But
She
even
didn't
when you're
explain what
angry,
happened. Why
how
did you
mad were
post
you
it?
that you had to do all
Right.
that?
That's
I
a
wanna know what
crazy
happened.
level of sick. You can't just call her a bitch like everybody else on the internet or like talk about her looks or
And
something.
the fact that she knows it's him, I thought it was like a troll.
Anonymous, yeah.
That just went too far.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, on some swarm.
Well, know what this kind of reminds me of, which is horrible, so don't judge. But like back in 7th or 8th grade, I think it was 8th grade, like a group of friends in my school started sending flowers and like chocolates to one of our friends' moms, like, and this resulted in like a huge fight between the mom and the dad. Like the
Oh
dad
my
accusing her of cheating. Like they damn near got a
gosh.
divorce. Everyone got called in the office. It was horrible.
Why did
Wait,
the guy
so were you
do
part of
it?
Pause.
I wasn't a part of it, but
Oh,
it was
just
like
like what
my
happened?
friends. I found
Oh, it was a
like,
group of
funny.
guys.
Yeah, it was like a group of.
What?
Wait, you found
Crazy.
Yeah. It was like,
Wait,
no.
so what was the point of the flowers and stuff? Before we even get to the ethics, what was the point?
Why?
So, like, you know, like I don't know, like little kids, like
You had a crush?
like everyone's like, oh, your mom's bad.
Yeah,
like, it was one of those
just
situations.
messing
like,
Oh,
you got
I thought it was
bad
a kid
mom.
trying to be bad. Oh, nah,
No.
she had juice and he was mad at it. Well, It's
No,
not.
no,
It was
no,
a
no.
little
kid
These are,
sending
like,
the flowers
these are,
and
like
chocolates.
8th graders sending somebody's mom,
okay.
like your fellow classmate's mom, flowers and.
But were they
No
doing
name
it with
on
the,
it.
were like were
with
they?
no name, anonymous, like.
So that's how the
secret
nigga was mad. He was like,
admirers.
who's sending you flowers?
Okay,
and
wait, but
chocolates?
were they? But I'm confused. The intent behind you're part of them actually. I know you're.
He said
my
but-
question is, was the intent to like cause? Because y'all knew the problems were happening, right?
No, I think that was like an after.
I think it was an
effect.
after effect. We didn't see like all the.
Oh,
like,
wow.
So that's why I related to the story because it's like at first it
Oh,
was
'cause-
just fun and games. And then,
Okay.
like,
I thought
oh,
you
my
were saying that you
parents
guys did it
about
on
to get a divorce.
purpose.
Yeah.
What?
About to break up my
So did they
parents.
end up breaking up or no?
I actually don't know. I don't think so.
Did they ever find out what happened?
Yeah, like they started to like interrogate people individually and like
Wow.
got down to the bottom.
He
What
was
is-
thinking so like he thinks it's so funny to this day.
He said, "Take me back."
That shit is crazy.
You loved it. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
this is
Oh my god.
But yeah, I feel like she's sick. Like, you know what you did. I hope the guilt eats you up every single day. That's kind of terrible. And a lot of people are too chronically online. And oh my God, you know what this reminds me of? What did y'all think about, like, what was it? A couple months ago, this girl was at a basketball game and two girls were behind her, like talking about her. Da, da, da. She posted the girls. The girls got like ate up on social media. People were threatening to like expose their jobs and stuff. I don't know if they actually did, but
Yeah, they did.
do y'all think?
I saw that.
Oh, really?
The Mexicans.
Do y'all think that was appropriate to the quote unquote crime? Because I feel like people just, you have eyes on you. Big Brother's always watching when you post stuff. So I feel like you should know what you're opening people up to. Like, that's just kind of.
Yeah, it just goes back to what I was saying. A lot of people don't have discernment on what they should post and not
Yeah.
post anymore. Like everyone just
That's
bearing
crazy.
it all out on social media.
Sheesh.
Because I saw the video, it was just girls being silly,
Like,
and it was like,
and turn
okay,
around and
they're
say
being,
something at your
yeah,
big
but it was
age.
not that deep, like because the like Hispanic girls at the football, like a
Yeah.
baseball game, it wasn't that deep. It was like a big crowd. It wasn't like they were bullying you or like I don't know. I feel like you did
Like,
that.
you're
And
recording and,
kept
you're
it up.
fake shaking.
You
and
kept
like,
it up
oh my God,
after
they're
all that stuff was
bullies.
happening. Like that's just so like.
And she was way older than them. Grow up. Like, and
She
this
was?
person, I'm sure she was. She was talking about like
Listen.
girls. She referred to them as like girls, and people were talking about that. I don't know. Either way, it was just kind of like lame,
Yeah.
just like this person. If you were 19, because this was supposed to be
I feel
a few
like
months
this
ago.
person, you feel so bad, get a job and send them money every month.
Make amends. Why are you writing
Yeah,
Reddit?
why are you writing on Reddit?
Do something that
I regret it, I'm 19. So that means
the babies can't eat sorry. So
okay.
Get to work.
Like me who hasn't seen the video you guys are talking about, I have no idea.
So it's we too online.
You gotta give the whole backstory.
So it's basically this like girl. So let's say I'm in a game and I told Natasha to take a picture of me, and you two are behind me like flicking your finger at me and like
laughing.
Yeah, laughing at me, all that kind of stuff. Okay. And then so Natasha, I get the video from Natasha and I post it. Instead of just telling y'all like what's wrong with you, you know what I'm saying? And then once I post it, you guys get fired. They find your school. They find like all your information. The whole internet like is like it went viral. It was huge. And so some people were arguing that like you set them up to lose their jobs. I think they did lose their jobs actually.
Yeah.
They decided to flick their.
But is it that deep to be posted? I don't know.
Why did you? And the girl we didn't even get to. The girl had a huge platform.
Honestly, the issue isn't low key with the girl. It's with the internet people. The mob mentality everyone has, high key. Because why did you guys go find her job?
Right.
Was it ever that deep for everyone to do that anyway? Though
you think you're a knight in shining armor, but what you did to that girl is worse than what she did to the original girl. So
she low key it's her whatever. She wasn't posted it cool. I don't know how she posted it. But
no, she shouldn't have posted it. You have
the mob.
She has a huge following of like 500,000 people. Ooh. You opened her up to the wolves.
That changes things.
Like, come on. And you're too pussy to just tell her stop doing that.
Announcing my pregnancy at my brother's wedding. Okay, so the reason I put wedding in quotations in the title is because my brother is gay and in our country same-sex marriages aren't approved yet. So this was like a family party more than anything. Not to mention he knows the guy. He's known the guy he's marrying for only 1 year, so I didn't really think he'd consider this as a real wedding. I'm pregnant in 3 months with my husband of 3 years. We only recently found out, and I only thought I could use my brother's incoming wedding to announce it to my close family, as my parents, siblings, and even some cousins would be there. As I said, I thought this was more of a performative event, and I didn't think my brother would be upset over an announcement. I actually thought he'd be glad that I chose this party to make my pregnancy known. However, he ended up being livid after I revealed my pregnancy, accusing me of not being able to only make things about myself for this one night in his life. I apologized and said that I didn't know he took this event so seriously.
A wedding? Is she slow or are they slow?
But that only angered him more and made him kick me and kick me and my husband from his party.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was like, whoa.
That sentence was a roller coaster. What? Yeah.
But my husband and my parents agreed that my brother overreacted. But my siblings all think that I was a self-centered asshole and I should give him a proper apology this time. Even though I didn't see anything invalid with my first apology, I really didn't think he'd be so mad over it.
I feel like this child is like obviously the parents' favorite that always gets their way. Because how the parents are so wrong for even backing that up. Like, are you serious at your other child's wedding?
You know what I thought you were going to say before you ended and landed? I thought when the person said, our country doesn't know. Low key. But I thought when the person said, our country doesn't believe in like same-sex marriage, I thought that they were going to like interrupt to save his life or something. But to end with, you're just a callous sociopath. She said, I don't see the big deal. It's your wedding. Oh, well, niggas get married every day. Are you crazy?
He said,
to your brother's wedding?
Performative. Like she kept returning to
and you know,
it being
that's so
high key. She mentioned it wasn't legal to disqualify it.
Exactly,
and make it
to belittle it.
I guess it's not even a real wedding. You're not even allowed to get married.
Yeah, she said anyway, like get serious.
Kind of person it is, like,
yeah, you're pretty sick.
If you have to answer wrong, I think you know the answer.
You better repent for the sake of that baby.
And you actually don't care, so why'd you ask?
Exactly.
She do it again.
She wants to get an audience.
Right. She did.
She wants to do it again.
Like,
she wants to let everyone know my brother.
She's actually
married,
right now.
That's crazy.
Wow.
No, you didn't eat that. Really terrible. Boo.
You are the
Everyone
asshole.
boo her. Boo. Terrible.
Okay, we're supposed to play a game.
We were.
But we were too eager to talk about Destiny, Fate, Crystal Ball, Life. Do y'all still want to play the game with me?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Natasha, go ahead.
Yeah, you low-key pause because I forgot which game. Are we doing hot seat or are we doing scenario? Are you crazy?
Yeah. Whatever you want to do. You want to do hot seat?
Hot seat, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
You want to do hot seat?
Okay.
Why are you so...
I don't know. That's one you said now.
Oh, that's one. Did we talk about that one yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I said
that's one we
mentioned.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go ahead and introduce it. We'll pick up from there.
Oh, okay. That wasn't the...
Oh, is it?
I mean, we could just cut off where we didn't know. And then,
I don't even know.
Okay, so hot seat, random question off the top. Do y'all consider yourselves bad niggas? And would you like a definition of bad nigga?
I would like a definition of a bad nigga.
Okay, so
Why are y'all entertaining?
let's break it down.
Yo,
Let's
that's
break it down.
hilarious.
A bad
Oh,
nigga
gosh.
is a male bad bitch. So someone who like, you know, enjoys the finer things, like enjoys themselves, like a little, some might say like zesty, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Metrosexual,
Mind
like,
you,
you
some
know,
would say it's her would say.
I'm some. Ooh. That's
You're
not
all-
bad though. Love a little, you know, love a little zest. But yeah, would y'all consider yourselves bad niggas?
I would not consider myself a bad nigga.
The way you said doesn't make it sound attractive. Like
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
The way-
Okay, so describe it in a more palatable way.
I don't know what that is. You're irrelevant.
She
Ask
knows.
him, though.
She
You
knows.
cannot.
No, I actually think I know what you mean by
You know what I
bad nigga. Like, you're
mean.
competing with like
No, you're not.
No, not competing, not
No, no.
necessarily.
Like
Yeah,
bad
no,
nigga.
yeah, no, you move
No,
on.
no.
There's
When
a
she
negative
says bad
connotation.
nigga is not derogatory.
care of
It's not derogatory.
It's not derogatory.
Like a bougie, like, you know, like
Yeah.
well kept up. You're into the finer things. That's what I said.
No, the way you said it was kind of
No, no,
derogatory.
That's what I think.
You said
though.
you
I started good. I
And then
ended
you
bad.
let the risk
Damn.
come on.
The duality of
This is what I
man.
think though. Right? I think there's like definitely nothing wrong with like taking care of yourself,
Uh-huh.
being bougie, even though you want nice things. But like if you are at the point of calling yourself a bad nigga, you're too deep.
Yeah, like
He's
why
like,
do
you're
you
into
have
deep,
to get
into
like,
deep.
Into deep.
like
Yeah, you need a tap at that point. But for sure,
Screaming a tap.
yeah, for sure, take care of yourself. And
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe let's give some examples of famous bad niggas. Drake, Future. Little
I feel
Baby in his
like-
own right.
Yeah, Future. I feel
Yeah.
like the baddest nigga. I forgot. I think we talked about this recently, and I can't remember who I said was the baddest nigga.
There's bad niggas.
There's a bad nigga spectrum. Let me tell y'all.
Exactly.
Is Lil Nas X a
Okay,
bad
no,
nigga?
let me tell
Yes.
y'all the bad. Okay,
Like,
but that's
gay
a
people-
gay
niggas are
bad nigga.
bad by default.
That's like the
low-key.
universe of a different universe of
Yeah.
bad nigga.
Yeah.
I feel like the spectrum of bad nigga is
Mhm.
like let me think.
Diddy.
Not to be confused with Alte, even though they do
Also on the
overlap.
Ante is
They
a
do
bad
overlap.
nigga.
It's a category.
You kind of Ante. Let's give
Yeah.
him Ante range. Let me-
Yeah.
From like, let's say like SDC
Bosh.
to like
Okay.
Pretty Boy Dio. That's a bad nigga spectrum. Celeb
But would
Ante bad nigga spectrum.
But that's like that's still like under the umbrella of like Alte. Yeah.
That's
but
an
it could
Ante
apply.
one.
Yeah.
So that's a better idea of bad nigga.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like more
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't-
mainstream.
You don't have to be dying hearts in your hair, but you know,
Literally. But you could be.
you might have a
Closer to the
hoop
adulty
earring.
side, you know?
Maybe just a little bit like
You said what?
I
different.
had hoops. What's wrong
With
with
the-
hoops?
Nothing's wrong.
No,
We're telling y'all it's
have
not
a little
derogatory.
dangly-
Yeah.
I feel like the bad
A
part.
dangly cross is derogatory. Dangly cross
No,
earring
it is.
Yeah,
It is.
dangly
It
derogatory.
is. You wear dangly crosses?
No.
Okay, good. Excellent.
But yeah, bad
Excellent.
nigga's not derogatory. I think
It's
for me-
not.
I think the bad is confusing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't like the
Okay, Playboy Cardi is
terminology
like
group.
Like-
opium bad nigga.
Yeah, but it gets very zesty as well.
It does,
Like, it's
quickly.
like-
Yeah, I feel like with
I'm not
American media,
sure.
it's like
it kind of
they
pushes.
start
it's
rocking
so-
to like.
Okay, Young Thug, bad nigga.
Thug is a
Jeffrey,
baddie.
purple dress. He's been a
Thug is a
baddie.
baddie.
Been a
Yeah, but
baddie.
Thug is
He's also,
received
like-
multiple accusations.
Yeah, but
That's
he
what
also
we're
says a
saying.
lot of
Baddie,
stuff,
baddie
though.
is the duality of man. You know, you can be a
Yeah.
baddie and
You
then.
can be in tune with your feminine side, so be completely straight.
Okay, so
Okay,
being bad
exactly.
is being in tune. with it.
No, it's not. It's just
He had a dress, but the thing is, why do we? What's
But
wrong
yes,
with that?
actually,
He had
if
a
it
dress
is, then
on his
yeah,
album cover.
I
He is
think
kind of
the
feminine.
person
High-key,
that
he
messed it up
is.
for me is Drake, because anytime I think of bad, I think of that selfie in front of the mirror in his room.
With the pout,
Big-
he
yeah,
loves
big
the
sweater,
pout.
He's like, that's what he's Drake for me.
I love Drake. Drake is who he thinks he is.
Now, baddie,
Well,
like,
he
are
He,
you?
he's,
Controlling
his
the-
baddie only works for him though. It's kind of cringe. It's kind of corn.
It is, and he leans into the
But it's-
corniness.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he leans into the corniness. He's King
and I was
Light
gonna
King
say you're just
Lotto.
colorist.
Big Lotto.
That. He reversed it on the
Big Lotto.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, okay, so non-bad nigga who wants to be bad nigga adjacent. Lil Uzi Vert can't stand it. Sorry, hate it.
You say he's not a bad nigga?
No, he's like,
No, what
okay,
is he?
he's on the spectrum, but he's just so terrible.
On the spectrum.
He's
He's
so
like the
bad to me.
farthest.
and he's
you
so
know,
dusty.
he was the farthest used to be like Playboy Cardi at a point.
Yeah, but Uzi
Uzi
pushed it all the way.
passed him.
Whoa,
He's hard
So,
the
yeah.
farthest.
Leslie, I can't I actually. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so no to the bad nigga question for both of y'all. There's no bad nigga elements.
Identify.
I don't
I
believe
mean, maybe
y'all.
I don't believe it
enjoying
either.
Y'all
the
give
Deji, you
me,
give me bad
like,
nigga. I can't lie.
Whoa,
But not in
wow.
a bad way at all. You're
Okay.
you're literally a
Both of y'all
designer.
do.
You're a designer.
Yeah.
Like
Both of
you're
y'all do.
literally like what? vibe curator. That's a bad nigga job title.
Vibe curators. Oh no.
The way if we played the tapes, the way you intro yourself was that y'all said no, let us introduce ourselves. Like, cause
Exactly.
y'all knew what y'all wanted to.
Man.
Yeah.
Renaissance man.
Mind you, what the hell is a Renaissance man?
Okay, yeah, maybe
That's bad nigga in
A
cursive.
polymath.
That's funny as hell. I don't know. I like nice things. Does that qualify?
I think let's just lean into it. Bad
Like,
nigga.
don't fight it. You know, we're crowning our first
nigga?
IBC bad niggas.
Period. You should be honored. We'll make merch.
They want to
No, they want to throw up
That's
so
too bad.
bad.
That's too bad.
It's
That's
so
too bad.
Hard
bad.
merch, though, I can't lie.
Bad niggas only? Being
I can't rock it, but
I don't know.
You been our ambassador.
Okay, pause. Bad nigga anthem, handsome and wealthy, Migos. That's a don't know why. Just because a nigga handsome and wealthy, like they were
Okay, and Meals actually bad niggas.
They're bad niggas.
Culture was a bad nigga album.
It was. What?
Okay. I'm starting to understand.
You starting to because
There's
let's talk about
there's
culture.
nuance. There's
Culture.
nuance.
Oh my gosh, Lil Uzi was on Culture, the biggest song. He's actually
He
the bad
was.
nigga like pioneer.
Yeah. Oh, the little shoulder, the little.
I kind of feel like
Come on.
He's like the founder.
Before
of
he went
like-
off the deep end, he was like,
No, but you know the founder kind of has to push the grain too. So people
they
do it,
push the
right?
grain to the point where
Bad nigga pioneer,
Look
right?
at Kanye. Kanye pushed the grain.
Kanye's a bad nigga, bitch.
Exactly.
What are bad
He
nigga
pushed the grain.
accessories?
But they never
What are some
end
bad
up-
nigga
It
accessories?
depends
It
on the
really
kind of bad
depends on the kind of
nigga.
I think
Fire.
robes. If you're a male and you wear robes,
Okay.
a robe.
robe.
A little
Yeah.
face mask, like
Does that
Chief
have
Keef's little selfie with his mask and his blunt.
We're about to decrown you.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm not a bad nigga. I don't
Yes, you
wanna
are.
I don't know-
He's
I don't
fighting
think
it. Let's show his Bottega bag.
Dennis Pierce
Wait,
collab.
wait, no, but like, okay, if I
Rubik's Cube,
dress,
come on.
I don't really.
Bad
You're
nigga.
I'm not.
artsy.
I'm not.
You're artsy.
You know, there's like on the Venn diagram, a bad nigga artsy is one of
Oh,
them.
has to be.
Yeah, you're in
like
that-
fashion
you're in that-
nigga con, but not like creepy allegation fashion nigga, you know?
Yeah. Cool guy. You
still-
don't
I'm
events
still on
at,
the
no,
fence,
he
but
does
okay.
events at Trash Panda. You're a bad
Yes, stomping grounds. Come on.
nigga. Bad nigga.
International
Oh.
call.
He
You
even
don't
gathered
know.
bad niggas for his
No,
event.
no, literally, bad nigga pop out, bad bitch pop out. I need all the
bad
fine
niggas
guys.
make
I need all the
couples.
fine guys.
You guys are killing me.
Okay, next question for Hottie. Y'all ask us one. What's the question y'all have?
Question.
Wait, he stuck on that one for a minute.
No, because that was
bad
hilarious.
bad nigga dictionary. We have our IBC dictionary.
Okay.
3 red flags. Go.
In what?
In-
Friendship,
Re-
opposite sex.
relationships and we'll say relationships opposite sex, obviously, and then maybe ones that don't disqualify for marriage, but for relationships.
Oh, it's like a yellow flag.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, 2-part question. That's a nice one.
It is. A and B.
Okay, let me think. Let's think.
One for me is when I can tell like people who are easily threatened. Yeah, I feel like that. Like I just
and
feel
that
like,
goes
yeah,
across.
categories, across.
But not
like,
even besides to take a joke. People who are like you can tell people who
you
are
have to dim
secure
yourself
in
a little bit.
themselves.
Yeah.
They'll like
Around-
celebrate you. They'll have a, you know, like there's a different way they approach life.
Yeah.
And you can see life. So it's like, yeah. And I feel like across, even with friendships, especially with a partner though. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
honestly, the red flags, honestly, they kind of double dutch. Like it's the same for friendships, relationships, whatever. Yeah, that's a
What
big one for me.
else? I feel like people who are sneaky or if you're like dishonest, I feel like that translates to every part of life.
I get
does.
sneaky so much, and I never understood it. I feel like I'm such a
Oh, people tell you that?
yeah. People
Really?
sneaky for some
Now that makes
reason.
me curious. Interesting.
don't know
Do they
why.
ever back it up?
Do they?
with,
Yeah.
like-
Why do they
With
say
evidence?
Yeah.
Never, not really. Just
Nothing
like,
you
it's always,
believe?
I don't know. You just, I feel like you're sneaky. Like that's
Oh,
what
so
I
it's,
always
it's,
get.
so it's a
Maybe just
presumption. It's not like
mysterious.
a.
Maybe that's what it is.
I feel like it's just because like maybe I'm not super like initially
Oh.
like open. And,
Okay.
that? Would you say you thought he was sneaky?
I won't say sneaky.
Definitely live a double life though. I feel
I would
like.
say not like,
Interesting.
not definitely. He's not an open book like just all the way. But,
Like we'll just
Definitely.
divulge all the information about
yeah,
himself.
No.
I think more people need more of that, low key. Because back to the first question, like we know too much of everyone's business.
It's
Right.
true.
Like especially in this day and age, like y'all actually learn something. A little
sometimes
bit.
mystery.
Sometimes, sometimes just hold your lips a little bit.
Sometimes bad
and your
nigga.
fingers.
You know?
Okay.
Bad niggas don't talk to them. They don't swear
Bad
to me all day. They're not. Come
That's
on.
me. I don't got nothing to say to nobody.
You know?
You arm people with the more information you give them.
Okay, so that's an interesting way to look at it because I didn't even.
Now that's not kind of like
what
do you have to hide?
Like it gives 48
Like,
hours of
it's not
power. Like why'd you?
Yeah,
on
so because now I agree
board?
with them actually.
So that's kind of different.
That's not kind of sneaky.
No,
Because why would that be the first thought?
Why would that be the first thought? Because
Yeah.
I feel like it happens constantly. Like you confide in somebody, or you share a piece of information, and as soon as it's convenient, it's used against you.
Do you think that's
I
happened
feel
to
like
you a
that's
lot?
a trust issue though. That makes you
it?
kind of.
It sounds like you do have trust issues. Yeah.
I don't think that's a trust. I feel like that's human nature.
No,
but
because
you're
it's happened
saying
before.
that you think humans
No.
ultimately are bad. Then back to destiny. Back to our IBT.
Right.
So do you think people are ultimately like more
they
out
are.
to get other people? Do you think it's dog eat dog?
I
Because the way you approach Deji, I wouldn't think so. You seem very warm. You
no,
gave him love,
Yeah.
for sure. No, I try to be like.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's who I am, but like, what I do feel like people do have their best interests at heart. That's
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
at a surface level, most people have their own best.
But how does
Oh,
that
yeah,
tie
yeah,
into
yeah.
like them having your own self interest versus
Versus being
turn it
malicious.
against you?
Yeah, but I think in general, I don't know if I'd agree with that.
And I'd also say that that's him in the workplace. He's competitive. Who knows what his motivator is outside of work? Him as a person might not necessarily be like trying to outdo
stab the
everyone.
other
You know what I'm
person.
saying?
Yeah,
He might be
yeah.
hungry. It's a recession.
Yeah.
He might be hungry.
But back to, I can't like, that makes me think of Tom Wamsgans though. Do you not think that sometimes how people are at work
Let me
is how
tell
you
y'all,
are
if
outside of work?
that's the
Exactly.
That was what I was about to say. Because
yeah.
when he be
I hate
talking to
him.
Greg, he be like, "Oh, you," like he be trying to use stuff against him.
Or even Shiv, the biggest betrayal on the show,
Yeah.
low key. Like, I definitely see, like, yeah. But I don't know. I don't think that's
But
true for everybody in general, or most people even.
Yeah, and even then, I feel like, I mean, I could see what you're saying. How people like if they get the opportunity to play you and it benefits them, they would. But I don't think that's their intention. It just maybe
guys
happen.
I think it's some people's
You think
intention.
most
They go
people
out
are
their way
real?
trying to screw
'Cause
people
I feel
over.
like that's a delusional idea to think that.
I don't think most people are real
majority-
per se, but I don't think that most people are trying to get you. I think
Yes.
They're just better at putting themselves first in certain situations.
No, but I do
putting
think
yourself first and trying to get it out, being out to get
exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
people.
There are evil people. I'm not disagreeing with that
True,
because some
true.
people, because you say you don't know if people do it with intent to hurt somebody. Some people do.
Some people do,
people
but I don't
actually
think
want
most
to.
do.
I don't think most do,
Like,
and
some
that's where
do.
I think. And even like if you look at like how we got to where we are as a society, there's always been war. There's always been killing. But human beings at our core are social, and we had to have community to get this way. To have community, you have to like value other people to a certain degree. Like you have to for the success of your race. Like.
Yeah.
So I think in general, people are good. Or not, let me not say good. Good is broad. But yeah.
People just are. There's good and bad. The best people are also the worst people. And the worst people to some people are the best. I feel like it just...
No, but there's objective truths.
There is, but I
Yeah.
feel like we can't say majority is good or bad.
Yeah, that's why I
Because
took back good. But
know?
in general, I think
Because
we
not even,
want
no
to
one
help
person is
each
all
other.
good or all bad. So you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I feel like there's different... That's why it's like in the workplace, that guy might be so like, you know, vindictive, blah, blah. But
And
outside of work,
it,
he might be a different person. Or he might be like Logan and just be evil all around.
And I think honestly, like, yeah. And I feel like after, like, it's not Severance where you can separate.
I mean, I feel like when
Yourself.
it gets to a certain point, if you're willing to do certain things, you're bad all around.
Exactly,
but,
that's you.
But I feel like if you're competitive in your workplace or you're doing good, I think some things can be situational and some things can be character, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like,
Back to choices. Like, what
Yeah.
are you who are you choosing to be?
and I think
daily?
that in general in the world, most people is situational, not character, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm not saying that I think they're good, but I think it's more
situational.
situational.
Exactly. Like.
But after a while,
tells you your
situational,
character.
exactly,
exactly.
situational
Situation is-
because that's what I'm saying.
I
You
think
are
it
the
depends on
choices
it,
you
like,
make.
Because you're
But you're
decision-
the choices you
Okay,
make
but if you
after a
make
while.
okay, so
And if you keep making those kind of
Like, you're with
choices, you are that kind of
but I
person.
think that there's an element of grace though. Before you have
Of
to make
course,
something
of
a choice a
course.
few times for it
Of
to be.
course.
So I
It has
think
to be a
in
pattern
life,
of
most people
behavior.
are not going to choose to screw people over like every single like chance they get type thing.
And that's also, I do agree with that as well. Like, I feel like you are the bad guy in some people's book, but overall, you are who you are. I'm so sorry. Like, I feel like there's no good or just bad or whatever, but you know when you're being a shitty person, and some people
You
are
think most
committed to being
people are?
shitty. I don't think most. That's what I've been
That's what I'm
saying.
trying to say.
But I've been saying that. I'm not disagreeing with
Okay,
that.
okay.
But I feel like, yeah.
You think most people are like then even filtered or like somewhere in the middle?
I think there's a spectrum, and I think it depends on so many things.
Yeah, mostly
Because everyone's discernment, everyone is different. It's subjective. Some people think it's like too far. Other people think it's like, oh, that's light work because of background, because of culture, because of, you know, your nature. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's not like one.
But yeah, I just think at humanity's core, I think in general, there's been atrocities, but I think in general, we do want to help each other more than hurt each other. In general, only slightly more though, because it's not heaven, but
Do
yeah.
you think things are like tilting either way?
Like right now,
Yeah.
I don't, I can't say I do.
You
I
think
can't
it's the
say I do.
same?
I think it's the same. I think there's been worse times in humanity.
During
Yeah.
the pandemic, I feel like you kind of saw people trying to come together, like
Yeah.
you know,
Natural disaster.
you see like
national
9/11, yeah,
global.
like
Yeah.
certain
Times of tragedy
instances,
or
bind
times of big
together.
joy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But even, yeah. I don't know though, because let's go back to our inn. When the queen died, that was a time of tragedy. A lot of people probably came together for that.
People
But to
came
who?
But other people came
Wait,
together to
I don't
rejoice
know.
too. So I feel
Exactly.
like things are never just one thing. I don't know.
It can never be just one thing because we live
Yeah.
in a world, but
So it just depends.
especially now with all the knowledge we have, especially about the Great Britain's history, like we're just more knowledgeable about atrocities now. So there's more ethics in question. Because how do I really?
How did we get here from this 3 red flags? That's so crazy. Wait, so you said the first one was
Sneakiness.
People who are insecure in themselves and they make you
Okay.
feel like you have to dim yourself to be around
so
them.
what's her third?
Yeah.
And you said dishonesty.
That was sneaky.
Oh, yeah,
sneaky,
and
just I have
sneakiness,
like
yeah.
and then like, what else?
Mm.
I'm surprised you guys are only saying like personality traits, not like.
Why did you think
Like,
money?
what about like like?
Oh, that
not
could be the
just
third.
money,
That could be the third.
Ambition.
That could be the third. Anyone that's lazy,
Exactly.
and I feel like
that's again your character.
Yeah, your
Are you ambitious?
character.
Are you trying? Like, do you have a
and
plan?
what kind of person are you? What kind of? This is not my dating.
Exactly.
What kind of man are you? What do you believe? And
Exactly.
do we believe the same things? And if we don't, let's just
And what do you want for yourself?
Yeah.
Does that line up with what I want for myself?
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we don't live in a money matters. It does, but ambition matters more, I think, and like character.
What are your red flags?
My red flags: 1, greediness; 2, inability to put yourself in other people's shoes;
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
3, I would say I have to think about this one, but those first 2 are my top 2.
Those are pretty good ones. Because if you're unkind, yeah,
And empathy really does make you.
it matters.
Yeah.
Because then
Come
you'll
to earth.
consider other people. You'll be
Yeah.
considerate.
Yeah.
You'll
Very true. Being kind is very important. Like I can't be with someone who's just
very,
like
very
that
important.
asshole for no reason.
And thoughtfulness.
Yeah.
Not
I think that might be
callousness.
my last one besides like
Yeah.
the
So
whole,
green
like,
flag,
that.
thoughtfulness.
Yeah. I can't
Yeah.
be with someone who's not thoughtful. I feel like me and all my friends, like we're so deep. Like,
Inten-
we're
very intentional.
everything's a
Yeah.
thing. So I feel like if you're not intentional about life, I think that's how you
Yeah.
ambition though. Intentional about life.
Mm-hmm.
You have to believe in something to be,
What do you mean by
Okay.
believe in something? Expound. on
like
that.
I feel like when you have a purpose,
Mm-hmm.
it makes you move versus just like,
Oh, right.
just having a drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are your 3?
Red flags or green?
Either.
Oh, fuck it.
Red flags. I would say complacency, for sure. So it's like I don't really care for like a girl that like sees the need to like hustle necessarily, but like just like kind of what you guys are saying. It's like want more.
Mhm.
Like even the desire is enough for me.
Mm.
Complacency, and I don't have a ton of red flags. Like you don't know how to communicate with others, especially. And green flags. I don't know.
I guess the opposite of those, huh?
Yeah, probably would be the opposite.
Okay. Those are
Having a
all good
hustle
ones.
mentality is like my biggest. Like put me on a plate.
What does that mean?
What?
Like,
Wait, that's pretty like
like
ambitious.
for example, like Airbnbs. I was just talking to somebody recently about like starting Airbnbs and like getting apartments and trying to build something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I enjoy, like trying to build something together.
Mm. He said grind together, 100 emoji. Okay. That's good though. That's back to like literally though, back to ambition. Well, I think that's our IBT for this week. Yeah. Okay, bye. Don't forget to follow us, keep up with us, the In Between Pod, 2 E's in the The. And what's y'all's pod page?
The belly of the beast.
Belly of the beast.
Period. B.O.B. Bye. See y'all next week.